The jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, count 1. Court file number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019. Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you individually if these are
that was the verdict for Derek Chauvin in the murder trial. He was charged with second-degree murder in the murder trial of George Floyd. So we want to come to you guys right now with a video just touching on the trial and the verdict. What do you think about it, Teddy?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm shocked. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not how would you say, a negative person, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought he was gonna get off. I didn't want him to, but that's what I thought. What about you? What did you think?
I don't know. I think I didn't think anything. I'm numb to it, whether he was charged or not. And the reason why is because I feel like it never should have happened. So
Right.
my perspective is like thinking of all that was lost. His life was lost initially, and then businesses were lost, through the riots, as well as other lives lost during the protests across the world, not even just this country. So I feel like it was a lot that was sacrificed in the name of one guilty verdict. And so is it a triumph? I don't really know. But it is good that they could acknowledge what was done, on that day that George Floyd was killed intentionally,
Right.
in my opinion. I feel like it was intentional.
Yeah, but the thing is like we've been seeing this over and over, but we never got this verdict before. So,
Yeah.
Like even the Bible says, like, that we the head and not the tail, but when you live a lifestyle where you used to it always seeming like you are the tail, it's very easy to get used to you being in those circumstances.
Yeah. So do you feel like it's a shift? Just even with the other lady, a guy was killed by the lady police who she thought it was a taser the other day, and now she's being charged for, I don't know the exact charge, but she's being charged for his death. And so
Right.
do you feel like there's a shift in the way things are being dealt with when it comes to use of force and police killing people, these days? Do you feel like it's a change happening right now?
I hope so. I hope this is the beginning of maybe, I know a lot of people always want to make a blanket statement and always go after the cops and all that. We already know that there's good cops, there's bad cops, but we do need a different system on how we judge the different decisions these guys and these ladies make when they come to work. It's just like me, I'm a truck driver. I have to make certain decisions to be a safe driver. I can't be following too closely or doing things that I shouldn't be doing behind the wheel. And if I choose to make a decision that ends up in a consequence of someone being hurt, they come after me. I'm held accountable. And that's the same thing that these cops need to be held accountable when they make a mistake.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's not when you put on a uniform you are still a human being. And so human beings need to be responsible for their actions. And so you
Exactly.
don't get to say, I'm a police or I'm whatever. I could be the president of the United States. I'm so and so, so I don't have to adhere to the law. I don't have to adhere to the rules or, even have simple compassion towards other individuals. I think that that should be your human nature, not to automatically mistreat people just because you have this so-called power of a suit or a title.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes to have some kind of humanity to care about another human being. There's many times that people cut me off and I'm like, man, you may think of a thought, but at the same time, I'll still slam on brakes and do what I got to do not to kill this person, even though they made a decision that, kind of put them in the situation where that could happen. But me as a person, me as a human being who cares about other human beings, I still have to make decisions and make moves so that I don't put that person in harm at the best of my ability. That's why I'm called a professional. They're supposed to be called professional, and professionals supposed to think on another level when you're handling your job.
That's huge to me because the thing is, so it kind of supersedes just being another person and an individual off the street making a mistake. You have been trained, so you are a trained professional, and that's the thing about it. If you go out here under the pretense that you are a professional, then you should function as such. Because it like I hear a lot of police officers lately coming out like, hey, just because you made a dumb decision doesn't mean I have to back your dumb decision. And it's making us all look bad. I don't believe that all police officers are bad. I don't really believe anybody actually believes that. Even if they say that, I
Right.
don't believe they believe that's true. So with that said, um, everybody has a level of responsibility. And also I think just to hold each other accountable, this is to me, I hope, the era of accountability and responsibility. And so hopefully this sets the tone for the justice system to come.
Right.
I want it to be, or I'm sure everybody desires it to be revised and just renewed, and you know renew the faith of the people into the police departments and stuff.
Exactly. But I'm glad about the verdict. I think it was just that Derek Chauvin definitely committed a crime, even though he's a police officer, and he deserved the verdict that he got.
Yeah. The thing is that I don't know. Can you give some feedback on what did you think about I'm just looking at it. What did you think about just his facial expressions, or if you were able to see any part of the trial, just how he was? To me, he seemed like unbothered or kind of.
No, I didn't see that.
I just
Because
seen his
especially,
ass. You can't really see, but to me, it just seemed weird to me.
nah, his eye, you gotta understand, like they say, and I'm not saying I know everything, but they say that like your eyes are the windows of the soul.
Hmm.
So when they was reading that verdict, I saw the terror in his eyes.
Let
I
me
seen it.
let's see his face again. Let's see. Is it going to show? You see his face? So I guess he maybe was a little,
His eyes, trust me, his eyes is worried.
yeah.
Look at his eyes.
It's awful.
He's concerned.
It's
Trust me.
sad, to
He
me.
might, like, certain people be trying to get people to be crying and all that. But everybody's not emotional like that. But your eyes tell it all. He's terrified.
Yeah.
He's like, what in the world is happening right now?
He first
My life is done.
it's amazing to me that I think they said they had 45 witnesses that they called to testify. And
Wow.
the majority of the officers that I saw, I wasn't watching it every day, but the majority, I was attentive to it to a certain extent. And the majority of those officers were just like, that's not what we were trying to do, and this is where you draw the line. You see something that's wrong, just say it's wrong, own up to it, even if you were involved, or more so to me, if you see someone doing something, you shouldn't aid the person in doing something that's wrong just because you feel you'll be protected by your position. So yeah, good thing that the verdict was reached. You know, he was able to, or he was found guilty by the jury, and we'll just see. You know, in the next 8 weeks, like the judge said, that they'll be doing the sentencing, and we'll just see what they give him.
Right, right. But I'm glad that we got this far because I'm gonna be, and again, I'm not trying to be negative, but I expected him to get off, and I expected to wake up tomorrow morning to people rioting, and because that's what we used to. We used to the people being disappointed in situations like this. So
Yeah, so I see people celebrating already, and um, it's something to celebrate because it does kind of restore your faith in the judicial system to an extent. But just to go forward, I heard the attorney Ben Trump say like there's a lot more work to be done, and that's the truth. There is a lot more work to be done, and just because the law, I think too, I want to just say that let's just be mindful of the things that we do as well. I didn't see anything that warranted his death ever, but there are some situations, that we could be a little bit more mindful that, because we don't want our loved ones to die at the hands of the police. So it's nothing to me that justifies someone killing somebody that way, period. But I do love my family members, I love my friends, and I just hope that we can steer clear from that type of treatment ever. So yes, let's keep praying and hoping that this world, this country will make a turnaround.
yeah, but you did make a good point just now because it's still not over. Because I mean, what if they find him guilty and then when they do the sentencing, they just give him a little slap on the wrist?
Uh,
I hope not, because
to me, that happens though. Don't you understand? Because I understand the celebrating.
right,
But the first thing that came to my mind is like I said, this should have never happened. So
right.
I can't even feel so happy about it. And then the fact that it was allowed to happen, and they took even a while to even charge him, it just doesn't give me a lot of faith towards that system.
Right.
I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know.
Well, we just gotta sit back and watch because, like we said, it's not over. So, but at least we got this far.
Yeah. And the good thing is, our faith, the Bible even tells you don't put your faith in man,
Right, right,
just in God. So that's what we do every day.
right, right, right.
So anyway, y'all let us know what you think about the verdict. Let us know what you think about the trial if you were able to tune in, and was it something that you felt like wasn't right, or something that you feel like they didn't touch on, or what do you think the sentencing will really be? Feel free
Right.
to comment down below. Follow us on Unadulterated You at that's on Instagram and Facebook, and our email is unadulteratedU@gmail.com. And we hope to be back with you guys with another video soon. Anything else you want to say, Teddy?
That's pretty much it in a nutshell. We cut and dry, unadulterated.
Yeah.
So y'all be blessed.
Yeah. See you guys next time.